Our free response practice question for Chapter 13 is going to be on designing a study. So here's the question. 1. A veterinary school would like to test a food supplement that is meant to increase joint flexibility in dogs. Dogs lose flexibility as they age, with many older dogs, ages 8 and above, exhibiting joint problems. In addition, the joints of larger breeds of dogs are subject to more stress, so joint problems appear more frequently and more severely in larger dogs. 12 dogs have been volunteered for the study by their owners. They have been categorized by age and size, where small breeds are under 35 pounds, medium breeds are 35 to 70, and large breeds are over 71 pounds. Owners will administer the food supplements to the 6 dogs chosen for the treatment group, while the other 6 dogs will be given a placebo by their owners. Before the study, the owners will complete a questionnaire about their dog's comfort and activity level. They will answer the same question after 3 months of treatment, and the results will be compared. So here is our chart with the dog number, age, and breed size. And the link is also on your AP practice. Just scroll all the way down to question 9. So it says, A matched pairs block design will be used for this study. Using the dog numbers, tell which dog will be in each of the 6 blocks and describe the criteria used to form the blocks. B. Describe how the dogs will be assigned to the treatment or control group. And finally, C. Describe why a placebo is necessary in this study. So here we have the rubric, which is Design a Study, page 13 of 18 on the same link on your AP practice. So, rubric for designing a free response. 1. This is the solution for part A. The blocks by number are 2 and 5, small/younger, 6 and 12, medium/younger, 8 and 11, medium/older, 3 and 10, large, quite young, 4 and 7, large, young, and 1 and 9, large, older. Note, students must describe the blocks by number. They do not have to add the description in parentheses. Dogs of similar size and age were assigned to the same block. Part B. One dog from each block must be randomly assigned to the treatment group, and the other dog must go in the control group. A process must be described clearly enough that another person can carry it out. For example, a coin is tossed for each block. If it is heads, the lower number dog goes to the treatment group, and the higher number dog goes to the control group. If it is tails, do the reverse. Or put the names of the 2 dogs in each block on slips of paper in a bag. Draw one name. The dog goes to the treatment group, and the other goes in the block control group. Repeat for each block. Part C. Since the owners are the ones evaluating the results of the study, it is important that they not know if their dogs are getting the supplement or not. The use of a placebo allows the study to be blind. This prevents an owner from answering the questionnaire differently or changing other variables, such as the amount of exercise they give their dog, that could affect the result of the study based on their knowledge of which group their dog is in. And here are the scoring guidelines. Parts A and B can be essentially correct, partially correct, or incorrect. Part C can be essentially correct or incorrect. So part A is correct if the student correctly identifies the blocks and describes how blocks were assigned. Part A is partially correct if the student does one of the 2 tasks above. And part A is incorrect if the student does neither. Part B is correct if the method assigns 1 dog from each block to the control group and 1 to the treatment group, and describes a clear method that results in a random assignment. Part B is partially correct if the process assigns 1 dog from each block to the treatment group, but the process is not random, or a random process is used but does not necessarily assign 1 dog from each block to the treatment group. or if the random process is not described clearly enough for someone else to follow it. Part C is correct if the student identifies the placebo as needed to make the study blind or to equalize psychological effects or knowledge in the owners. 4 points for complete response, which is all parts essentially correct. 3 points for substantial response, which is 2 parts essentially correct and 1 part partially correct. 2 points for developing response, which is considered 2 parts essentially correct and no parts partially correct, or 1 part essentially correct and 2 parts partially correct. And then minimum response, which is 1 part essentially correct and either 0 or 1 part partially correct, or no parts essentially correct and 2 parts partially correct. And then that concludes our AP Stats free response question practice.